All right, today is March 19th. Back in the day, 94 years ago, 1931, Nevada legalized gambling, changing everything. 68 years ago, 1957, Graceland's 13.8-acre estate was sold to Elvis Presley for $102,000. 50 years ago, 1975, Kiss releases their third record, Dressed to Kill, featuring Rock and Roll All Night. 43 years ago, 1982, tragedy, Randy Rhoads, lead guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne, killed in a freak accident in Leesburg, Florida, when the plane he was riding in buzzed Ozzy's tour bus and then crashed into a house. The pilot and a female passenger also died. Randy was how old?
25.
25 years old.
So, such a waste of talent. Just and wasn't the pilot like high on cocaine? Like the toxicology report.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, well, no, not Randy. He didn't do
Not
a lot
Randy.
of drugs. He smoked a lot, but
No, but the whole what was that documentary we watched where Ozzy was talking about how bad he felt?
Oh, that
He
was
promised to take care of Randy to his mom. or
was the hair metal documentary
Yes,
that came out.
it was the hair metal documentary.
And it was Rudy Sarzo of Quiet Riot who talked about going to a church because Randy Rhoads was a Lutheran, and there was a man sobbing at the front pew of this empty church, and it was Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah,
that's
because his family was like, please take care of our kid and
He
all this.
promised his mom if he
Right.
took him on the road that he's like, he'll be fine, I'll take care of him. And he said they were all so messed up.
Right.
So they were all up like doing coke all night, I think. And then the guys,
Hey,
let's
I'll
go
take
for a
you for a plane
helicopter
ride.
ride. And they were also
It was a plane.
or
It was a plane ride.
And
Which is-
they were all so messed up. They're like, oh, we're not going.
Did it
on
not
the
hit the
plane.
tour bus? I know it buzzed the tour bus. Did it hit the tour bus?
I don't know if it hit the
Because
tour
Ozzy
bus.
was sleeping in the tour bus at the time.
Yeah, I think it was like in a field. But what's crazy is like the last thing that Randy Rhoads ever said to Ozzy was, "You're going to kill yourself if you don't get off these speed drugs." And that's actually like what helped Ozzy get off of the speed drugs was unfortunately Randy Rhoads getting killed.
I think
Man.
they crashed into the house,
They crashed into the house, yes.
right?
Is that what it was? I
They
don't
said
remember
they
where.
buzzed-
flew over the
buzzed the tour
bus,
bus.
and then they crashed. Like the guy was like kind of either drunk or high, and was like
Yeah.
kind of messing around. They ended up crashing through the house because it took like paramedics forever to get there.
And it was like the second crash for that pilot. I think.
Jeez, for
Like
real?
Yeah, because I remember like Sharon Osbourne was like, how on earth did we hire this guy to be affiliated with our tour at all, having the record that he did?
Oh,
Which
man.
is crazy.
25 years old.
I was late to any sort of knowledge or fandom of Randy Rhoads, and have since become just a diehard fan. I play 3 of his guitars.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, there's a video. You can look this up on YouTube. Is Ozzy Osbourne a couple of years ago listening to the isolated guitar track from Crazy Train in the studio and getting emotional, just listening to the isolated Crazy Train guitar solo from Randy Rhoads. It's
one of the most
didn't
iconic
know.
guitar solos to ever exist.
Yeah.
I always thought he was a big druggie. That's crazy. I
No.
had no clue he wasn't
He
into
was-
drinking or.
He was a very like religious, like sweetie. Like he was just a sweetheart. Sucks.
38 years ago, speaking of religious, 1987, televangelist Jim Baker resigns as host of the PTL Club over a sex scandal. I think that was the Jessica Hahn one. 30 years ago, 1995, Michael Jordan makes his first NBA comeback and rejoins the Chicago Bulls after leaving basketball for over a year to become a mediocre Major League Baseball player.
What a weird thing.
Remember what number he wore? Because 23 was retired already. So the Bulls officially retired 23.
Oh, and he came back to the Bulls?
Well, he retired, and they're like, okay, the greatest will retire. Nobody will ever wear number 23 again.
Was it?
And even him, when he came back, they're like, we already retired your number.
Right.
Didn't he double it? It was like 46.
No, he wore number 45. It was his junior high school number. He wore number 45. 24 years ago in 2001, what a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class this was. 2001, Michael Jackson, Queen, Aerosmith, Steely Dan, Paul Simon, Richie Valens.
Yeah. That's sweet.
15 years ago, 2010, Justin Bieber unleashes his debut record, My World 2.0, featuring Smash Hit Baby. And 13 years ago in 2012, Wendy's overtook Burger King as the second biggest burger joint in the U.S. McDonald's still has more locations than both of them combined. And that's what happened back in the day. All right. Time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we start with this for those of you who want to take the pilgrimage up to Chicago. Lollapalooza, which is happening at Grant Park, July 31st through the August 3rd, has released its headliners.
Unimpressive.
Unimpressive. Also very odd that Korn is part of this.
Yeah, if you see the bands that are playing and the acts that are playing, you go, Who does not belong? Oh, Korn.
Oh, Korn is here. Yeah, so it's Korn, Cage the Elephant, the Marias, Bleachers, Wallows, Foster the People, Royal Otis, Gigi Perez, Joe P, Olivia Rodrigo, Tyler the Creator, Sabrina Carpenter, Luke Combs, A$AP Rocky.
That's another one that stuck out. Luke Combs.
Luke Combs.
Who was a headliner who's closing out one of the nights. They say he's the first country act to close out a Lollapalooza night.
I believe it was Consequence of Sound had an article this morning that said it's official that Lollapalooza is no longer a rock festival, which it was always an alternative festival. I don't know if I would label it a rock festival because there was always a part of it that is pop, but there were all these amazing side stage, smaller build alternative
I used
bands.
to go back in the day, back in the 90s, kids. It was, definitely alternative until...
Right.
I think it was 96 with Metallica and Soundgarden, which really
Upped the rock.
And it's fine. I went and saw Nine Inch Nails up there in Chicago a couple years ago. The station sent me up there. It was cool.
It's a cool festival. I've been a couple of times.
I wonder how much involvement Perry Farrell has this year after the blow up of Jane's Addiction after he punched Dave Navarro on stage last
We haven't
year.
heard anything about him.
No.
Really.
Good for him. He went underground like you're supposed to.
Yeah, get the help you need.
He got the hells out of there. And speaking of bands and stuff like that, we're doing this March Music Mayhem thing that starts next week, featuring point artists battling it out for the coveted title of Mayhem Champion. And this year, it's going to be all bands coming to St. Louis this summer.
Oh, that's fun.
So it's bands coming to St. Louis this summer. Fill out your bracket up at 1057thepoint.com. The honor matchups and voting on the Point app starts Monday. And it's all brought to you by Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy Experts and Amco Ranger, pest control experts you can trust since 1965. So check out March Music Mayhem. Everybody has fun voting on that.
Did you fill out your brackets?
For this yet?
Yeah.
I did not yet.
I did. And I decided I'm going straight with the brain, not my heart.
Okay.
I always vote with my heart.
Who do you
and I'm
have as
always
the winner?
I'm using my brain. Who do you think?
SIUE.
We're in St. Louis.
Shinedown.
Yes. We're in St. Louis, and I'm voting with the brain this time.
Shinedown. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the bands that are coming to town. I haven't looked yet.
I think my final was Shinedown versus Jelly Roll.
Oh, dang.
Ooh, that's a good. That's a good.
I know what I'm doing.
That's a
Good
good
luck to
St.
you.
Louis finale.
I know. I'm winning this,
Shinedown
baby.
versus Jelly Roll, and you have Shinedown as the winner.
That's right.
I think you're gonna win,
Narrowly.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame will launch an exhibit called SNL Ladies and Gentlemen, 50 Years of Music on May 23rd. It's going to include memorabilia from Blondie, the Rolling Stones, Billie Eilish, and many other artists who have performed on the show. So if you're up in Cleveland, go check it
Moon
out.
and I were talking earlier in the show. I was like, I just walked into the kitchen. Moon's getting coffee. I go, man, Susanna Hoffs from the Bengals.
Oh, yeah. Gorgeous.
What a hottie back in
drop
the
dead.
80s.
Still hot.
I was, I don't know, I was surfing around on YouTube and Walk Like an Egyptian came on. And I'm like, damn, dude,
loved
I
that
did not
song.
appreciate her.
The Bengals were great.
I did not
She is
appreciate her hotness.
Eternal
Still
Flame.
gorgeous, dude.
And you
Still-
brought up Debbie Harry.
I said, I don't know if it was just because I was a kid or what, but there were like everybody, the women that everybody was gaga over in rock and roll always had looks that I did not understand.
Yeah, because
as a kid.
back when I was growing up, it was like Lita Ford. And it was the high, the high hair,
Big hair.
the big hair stuff,
it
the
was
80s.
It was like the opposite of what I understood to be attractive. And the older I got, the more I'm like, wow, Debbie Harry.
Debbie Harry,
so
too.
striking. Susanna
her.
Hoffs.
Susanna Hoffs, my God.
So striking. Like, holy smokes.
Love her.
I think I actually used the word smoke show.
This has
Which-
been a Susanna Hoff smoke show moment.
Well, even Debbie, and you brought up Debbie Harry, also
Beautiful.
In the late 70s.
so
smoke show.
cool.
So cool. Yeah. I mean, not just hot, but very cool.
Super cool. Gibson Guitars and Publishing put out a coffee table book about Slash's guitar collection in 2022, and now they are publishing one about Kirk Hammett from Metallica, so that'll be due out later this year. A leaked phone call between Kanye West and Diddy has come to be at TMZ.com. Can't play a lot of it because there's a lot of cursing, but essentially Diddy showered Kanye West with support in this leaked call from jail after Ye released a controversial song that includes vocals from his oldest daughter, North, and from Diddy. And so TMZ is exclusively reporting that Kim is strongly considering asking a judge to strip Ye of his joint legal custody, which I think is the right thing to do.
Yeah, probably.
And he's still going on his anti-Semitic campaign where he's
he's still
praising
doing
Hitler
Nazi
and
stuff.
doing all the swastika stuff. So it's pretty disgusting.
Is that Susanna Hoffs one?
That's just a couple years ago. Like it's pretty
Isn't
much.
she
It's pretty much
beautiful?
now.
She's a
I mean,
gorgeous.
Oh my gosh! Now I admit that I have something where if you put a guitar on a gal, it gives her an extra 2 points. But like, oh my gosh, she's a 10, and now with a guitar, she's a 12.
Is she married?
It's just a very beautiful
I think she was
woman.
married.
Yeah,
I don't know if she is anymore. She's out there.
How did that marriage break up? I want to know the story
Can
there.
we?
What
Can
happened
you deep
there?
dive in that too?
If
Can
he
we find out?
cheated
Is she
on
married?
her-
I don't know. I'm
If
like
he
making
cheated
all
on
this
her,
up.
I'm going to be very
I'm
upset.
super upset.
Let's find out.
Yes.
I'm going to be very upset.
Well, let's continue. So fans grew incredibly concerned for Tracy Morgan yesterday when he appeared to suffer a medical emergency while sitting courtside at the Knicks basketball game. Tracy took to social media to update all of us about what had happened was, and apparently he says, "Thank you for all of your concern. I'm doing okay now. Doctors say it was food poisoning. I appreciate my Madison Square Garden family and everybody taking such great care of me, and I will see you soon. #go Knicks."
All right, so she's
Where
married
do
to Jay
you find out who she's married to?
She's married to Jay Roach, and he's like a super producer, writer, director.
That's her husband?
She's even hotter though. I mean, 3 decades, and she's a family gal.
And they're still together. Like, what?
That's the guy that produced like Austin Powers, right?
Yeah, he's done
Wrote
some
Austin
huge
Powers
movies.
with.
With Mike Myers.
Huh.
He's just a big, tall, goofy, lurch-looking dude.
Goofy
Cute.
looking lurch dude.
Good for you,
Unless
buddy.
she's very short. Look
God,
at him.
she's beautiful.
in this
Look at
How
him and
tall
look at
is
her.
she?
In
And
this
his last name
picture-
is Roach.
Yeah, in
I
this picture, she
know.
looks like AI, and he looks like he's wearing an Edgar suit from Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, how tall is Susanna Hoffs? Let's get
She
this.
may be like 3 foot tall. Doesn't matter.
Here, Susanna.
I mean, look at this pic of this guy.
crazy.
When he's not all dolled up, that's the everyday guy. She's.
I mean,
they've
that's
been
what
married
since
that's what-
that's what humans are supposed
Oh,
to
my
look
God.
like at this age.
How tall do you think she is?
She's your size.
She is my size.
5'4".
5'2".
Oh,
5'2".
way.
She's
So
one
that
inch
guy's not
taller than
7
me.
I
feet
always thought
tall.
she
That
was
guy's just
tall.
like 6.
He's my height.
He's just normal people height.
I thought he was like 6. I was like, height really does make a difference.
Yeah,
because
she's
I'm like, I guess like
super cute.
6'8", but she's just.
Yeah, we all got
very
to stop
short.
this.
We got
And
so
listen,
much
he's a big successful guy. I get it.
He's probably very charming.
And I'm sure he's very nice. And they've been married since 1993. so
I'm
that makes
always pumped when I see a regular dude, just a regular Joe walking around with like the sitcom wife, husband.
He's not a
pairing.
regular
That's-
guy.
With an alien.
He's got great
He's a
brows.
regular looking guy.
looking guy, but
Regular
he's-
looking guy, fine.
But he's in the biz.
That's fine.
He's
That's
in the
okay.
business.
He's still just a regular looking dude, and I'm rooting for. I like when I see a guy leaning out over his skis like that.
Dolly Parton's, dearly departed husband, Carl Dean, right?
Yeah.
That was a regular dude.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy.
Maybe
though.
the most
He
regular.
was cute.
But as
He was
far
a tall,
as
good looking
regular
water.
goes,
Yeah, he's just a regular
not
Joe.
in the business.
Yeah, the most regular.
Yeah, Lana
Regular.
Del Rey's husband.
Lana Del Rey's husband?
Yeah, he's like what is he down? He's down in Louisiana, but he I don't know what he does on the bayou, but he's just like a hillbilly looking guy.
Love a swamp guy. Watch your back, Elon, because Nick Cannon isn't done having all these damn kids, okay? Now, he has 12 kids already, and the Masked Singer host revealed that he's not done. He was on a podcast. He talked about, how he's not getting a vasectomy, and he's just wanting to pump out more kids. So, prepare. This has been your warning. I mean, Poppy,
You know my stance on this. You can't be a good father with that many kids.
you're
There's
spreading
no way.
yourself too thin.
There's no way you could be a good father and give your time to your kids, the time they
Right.
deserve, the attention they deserve, with 13 kids. There's no way.
Yeah.
And Nick Cannon's got like 8 jobs.
I know.
There's no way. Oh, but he's rich. I know, but
Yeah, I mean, there's like
kids need their fathers.
there's probably like nanny. That's like nanny culture.
Max has canceled the.
Hang on, that's her husband, Lana Del Rey?
Yeah.
Huh?
he's
She's
an
married to
air-
my uncle Keith.
Yes.
He's a
He's an
Hoosier.
airboat. He's an airboat captain in the bayou.
He has an airboat.
Yeah.
This is Hambone, dude. This is the guy
Airboat
that turned me out.
Airboat. captain.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I'm a captain.
Look at this.
Let's give him a
That's-
round of applause.
He looks like my dad. That's what Greg would have
That's
worn.
regular guy.
Here in Riz saying,
wins,
look
man.
at this guy.
Like you talking about
I'm
charming?
happy for that guy. I'm like mad and happy for that guy at the
He's
same
so
time.
tan.
He's got to be the most charming human in the world.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Look at this guy.
Because she's beautiful.
She's beautiful, and he's wearing mossy oak.
Hell yeah, he is. But he's rocking it.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta Del Rey. Yes.
Where did they even meet? How did they get together?
I think she went onto his boat.
Yeah.
And they married him?
Yeah.
See, it can happen to you.
He's
Just anywhere
incredible.
You are.
That
He is
guy's a hero. Please write books.
Max has canceled the show The Sex Lives of College Girls after 3 seasons.
Damn it.
Hey, girls love this show. This is actually a really funny show. So Mindy Kaling co-created this comedy, and it's going to be over after 3 seasons. So RIP to that. This show looks excellent. Michelle Williams plays a stage 4 breast cancer sufferer who is going on a quest for an orgasm in an FX series called Dying for Sex. I watched the trailer. Looks hilarious. Looks very emotional, kind of dark humor.
So she's got stage 4 cancer, and she's on
never
the
had.
hunt.
Yeah, she's never climaxed with a person. She's only had that by herself, and she is talking to one of her best friends. And like the cast looks really funny. Like the doctor looks funny. I don't know. So if you love Michelle Williams, she's great. Dying for Sex is going to be coming to us soon. Moving into movie news, I saw this yesterday. Vanity Fair put out a new issue with Gwyneth Paltrow on the cover. And I guess she and Timothée Chalamet have a movie coming out on Christmas called Marty Supreme, and it's a film inspired by the professional ping pong player Marty Reisman.
As we all know.
And so
Of course.
in the April cover of Vanity Fair, Gwyneth discussed, how much sex they have in this movie. She says there's a ton. And her return to acting also brought an intimacy coordinator to her for the first time. She doesn't remember, she never worked with an intimacy coordinator before for these sex scenes.
Right.
And so when asked about it, she said, I was like, girl, I'm from the era when you got naked, you get in bed and the camera's on. And she was very weirded out by this person being there kind of coaching them along.
Yeah.
Which I guess had to be weird if you're not used to that.
When has she done a sex scene before?
Shakespeare in Love.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It's not going to, but this is kind of like Nicole Kidman in that Baby Girl movie that just came out where she's having sex with a younger man. And there's a lot of sex in that movie. I feel like these actresses in their 50s are like having their moment where they're.
Demi Moore.
Even
Pamela Anderson had her moment this year.
Oh, yeah, in the Showgirl movie.
You saw that Baby Girl?
No, I want to see. I wanted to rent it this weekend, but it was $20. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. I don't know. It doesn't have good reviews.
She naked in it?
There's some
Just
kinky
curious.
stuff. I think maybe, yeah. Sounds like it.
Huh.
Sounds like the dude's naked, which is very exciting.
Oh, speaking of that.
Yeah, a lot of naked dudes in TV right
I am
Speaking of
down
that.
for naked dudes in shows.
I saw Another Wang in White Lotus.
No,
Righteous
I love
Gemstones.
it. We've been seeing boobs and chick stuff all this time.
They love it.
The fact that Dong is making more of an appearance in shows, I think it's great.
Righteous Gemstones kicked it off 3 years ago.
Has
Like,
anybody-
just dongs everywhere.
Has anybody seen the new episode
No.
of Righteous Gemstones?
Is it great?
Walton Goggins. I mean, he shows his full Goggins. I mean, it is. and
Full
he's-
Goggins are out?
He is out.
He did that in season 1.
His Walton and
But
his
this
Goggins?
is an extended
Extended
time.
Extended what? Oh.
Like he's standing there just bottomless.
Is it very tan? Because he's a very tan person.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, right on. Okay. He buffs, he goes out.
I mean,
and
he is
tans in the
full
buff.
Goggins.
I look
And
forward to it.
it's a funny scene because it's like a power move.
His little gog knob is out for a long time.
Well, I
a
know
long
we'll be
time.
watching
At
over
least-
dinner tonight.
You think it's his?
Probably not.
No, they've talked about
Oh, it's
Danny.
not- it's
He's
not
talked
his?
about it on. Yeah, Danny was talking about it, and it's a double.
Merkin.
Ah.
Dang
oh, it's
it.
a double. Oh, so you don't see like face and whatever?
No, you
Or
do,
they
but I think
superimpose his face?
it's green screened on or something.
Oh,
like
man,
that.
that's tight. Technology is so cool for these guys.
We're there, guys.
We've made it. And finally, yesterday we highlighted the best 10 country songs out of the 90s, but now there's another list about the 80s. So the top 10 country songs from the 1980s, in no particular order, but we're going to start with number 10 on this list and see if you guys know the song.
All right, this is number 10 on this list. It's from Holler.Country. Best country songs of the. How about some honorable mentions? This song just missed the top 10, came in at number 11.
Come on,
There's a
There's
lot
some
of
notable missings.
swinging.
Dixieland Delight
And wait,
was an 80s song. That thing survived.
If you're gonna play in
That
Texas,
Dixieland Delight gets played every wedding you go to.
You got to have a fiddle in the band?
Waylon Jennings, Dukes of Hazzard theme.
Some folks
Oh, yeah.
that have
Country Boy
birthdays
Can't
today.
Survive.
Happy birthday to my wife, Mallory.
Your birthday's tomorrow, which is wild.
Yes, as we were made to be. She's a little bit younger, though. Young Gravy is 29. Clayton Kershaw is 37. Eduardo Severin You guys know who that is?
Yes, Eduardo
the-
Saverin. He's the Facebook guy.
That's right. That is the guy who helped create Facebook and then got shut out by Zuck. He's 43. Theo Vaughn is 45. Andy Reid is 67. Bruce Willis is 70. Harvey Weinstein is 73. Glenn Close is 78. Ruth Pointer from the Pointer Sisters is 79. That's why they hired her. By the way. Like, hey, we got this band called the Pointer Sisters. Your name is Pointer. You should be in this band. And Ursula Andress, the first Bond girl. Honey Rider and Dr. No in 1962, and she's the blonde that's coming out of the water when Sean Connery hits the beach. She's 89 years old today.
Wow.
What about Kenny Rogers, the Gambler? Wasn't that the 70s?
I don't know, but I was
That
like,
80s?
they had 3 movies spin-offs. That's a pretty big song. There should have been more
Oh,
Kenny.
the Dukes of Hazzard theme should have been on there.
I said
He
that.
said that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kenny, should have been more Kenny, and Fishing in the Dark, I think, was an 80s song.
Yeah.
I feel like that song is like...
87-ish?
Gambler
It
came
was
out in
probably in
78.
80s.
70 at Gambler. It was probably
right.
it was probably in the top 50. Fishing in the Dark. All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Karina Taylor, and today's birthday girl has been in 85 fine films, including 18 and No Shame. She was in a movie called A-Cuppers, Backseat Bangers 9, Chicks in the Mix 1, Good Girls Doing Bad Things 3, Hot Showers 11, the infamous Bang House, Tell Me What You Want Me For, and who can forget her role?
Tell me what you want me for.
And who can forget her role in 2003's Let Me Taste It Too, Yummy.
Oh. Oh, wow.
I'm really curious to see where everybody's minds went.
I don't know. I thought she was
Sampling, wedding
she was a
cakes.
Yelper going
Yeah, yeah.
around and sampling food. I don't know.
Talking about
Food,
bra-
she's a food blogger.
We talking about
Yeah,
brownies?
it's the food blog.
Girl Scout cookies?
Karina Taylor is 45 years old. It's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities.